to the after party tonight? Yeah!
Ashton Kutcher and Diddy!
That was hot. That's probably legal. Okay, here are the nominees for the best villain.
The world of Hollywood is filled with its fair share of wild parties, but sometimes those parties leave us with more questions than answers. That's exactly what happened with actress Daveigh Chase, who vanished without a trace after allegedly partying with Diddy and Ashton Kutcher. It's been years since anyone's seen her, and now Diddy behind bars with several people suing him and exposing his wild parties, and Ashton Kutcher facing his own set of accusations. People are asking, why did she disappear and why was it after hanging out with these two? So here's the thing, Daveigh Chase, best known for her role in Donnie Darko and as the voice of Lilo in Lilo and Stitch, hasn't been seen in public for years. To make things worse, her last Instagram post was in 2017, and since then, it's been radio silence.
Hi.
How are you doing? How's the New Year's going for you?
Great. Please don't do this.
Sorry. Well, Happy New Year anyways. I'm sorry.
Happy New Year, Steve.
But that's not all. Recently, an old video resurfaced from the 2003 MTV Movie Awards, where Diddy, at the height of his fame, was caught on camera inviting Daveigh Chase, who was 12-year-old at the time, to an after party. Yes, you heard that right. In the video, Diddy laughs as Daveigh nervously nods in response, but the video hits differently now in light of everything we know about his freak-off parties. This wasn't just some random invite either. During that same award show, Diddy and Ashton Kutcher were the ones who presented Daveigh with her Best Villain Award for her role in The Ring. And while everything might have seemed harmless back then, looking back, it feels like the setup to a much darker narrative. Let's not forget, Diddy is currently facing a mounting number of lawsuits from multiple individuals who claim they were invited to these infamous parties when they were young, only to be assaulted by him. Just recently, the situation has taken a darker turn. Over 120 alleged victims, including a 9-year-old boy, have come forward accusing Diddy. The allegations span over decades, and with the recent filings, his troubles continue to escalate. 5 new civil suits were filed against him in the Southern District of New York, with the plaintiffs accusing him of in separate incidents dating back to 2000. These lawsuits, according to NBC News, paint a disturbing picture of Diddy's behavior over the years, and as more victims speak out, it's clear this story is far from over. Now, what's even more disturbing is that 2 of these plaintiffs are men and 3 are women. One of the women claims she was only 13 when Diddy allegedly mistreated her at an MTV Video Music Awards after party. To make things worse, the lawsuits go even further, with accusations that Diddy spiked not only the men, but also all of the women involved in these incidents. Ashton Kutcher, meanwhile, has been embroiled in controversies of his own, from his connection to Danny Masterson's trial to whispers about his knowledge of Hollywood's darker secrets. When you put these pieces together, it's hard not to question whether Daveigh saw or experienced something at the hands of these Hollywood elites that led to her sudden disappearance.
We are aware of the pain that has been caused by the character letters that we wrote on behalf of Danny Masterson.
We support victims. We have done this historically through our work and will continue to do so in the future.
And to make matters worse, the resurfaced video isn't the only unsettling thing about this story. While Daveigh hasn't been seen publicly for years, fans have pointed out the eerie timing of her exit from the industry. Right after her success in The Ring and her ties to these major Hollywood players, she simply vanished. What's even more alarming is that this isn't the first time Diddy's name has been linked to disturbing allegations involving little people. His infamous parties have been described as playgrounds for the elite, where anything goes and boundaries barely exist. If Daveigh was brought into this world at such a young age, it's not hard to imagine why she might have chosen to disappear rather than face the industry's dark realities. Y'all remember, Allison Carter, a survivor of Youngin' ST, recently shared harrowing allegations about Diddy's infamous parties. According to Carter, these weren't just wild freak-offs like people thought. They were something far more sinister. In her words, they weren't freak-offs, they were satanic ritual. Get it right, it wasn't just adults in these parties. The adults were responsible for the little people as slaves that were in the party, and one of those victims was me.
I never thought that we would see the day where Diddy would get arrested, and I told you guys in that Maria Z interview in 2021 that no one tells on Diddy. P. Diddy. Alright? Just the same way nobody tells on Denzel Washington. People don't usually talk and stop and think
And it doesn't stop there. Tanea Wallace, an aspiring singer, also spoke up about something she saw at one of Diddy's so-called freak-off parties. She claims she witnessed youngins dressed in costumes that seemed almost too inappropriate Harajuku Barbie-style outfits at one of Diddy's Miami mansions in 2018.
They were little people. And, I don't want to say too much. They were little people. So use your common sense. Dressed up like little Harajuku Barbies, red lipstick, looking like real.
Now think about that for a second. Little ones dressed provocatively, surrounded by adults in what was clearly not a normal party scene. To make matters worse, Daveigh Chase's behavior has become increasingly erratic ever since those rumors about her hanging out with Diddy and Ashton Kutcher. After the incident at the MTV Movie Awards, it's almost like something in her life shifted. She's been showing signs of distress that many believe could be linked to whatever she experienced during that time. Some think she might be deflecting or acting out in ways that don't make sense to outsiders. It's a tough situation, especially when we consider how much she's gone through. Daveigh was arrested on a misdemeanor charge in 2019. This wasn't her first run-in with the law either. Just 5 months before, she was busted for possession. On January 8, 2024, she was arrested in Hollywood at 6:35 p.m. and spent the night in jail. She was later released after posting a $6,000 bond. It's her second arrest in just 6 months, and it seems like things are spiraling out of control. The cause of the arrest is still unclear, but considering her past behavior and struggles, it feels like these incidents are all connected. Daveigh's downward spiral is heartbreaking, especially since she was once such a beloved child star. It makes you wonder if something darker happened to her during those years of partying with Diddy and Ashton Kutcher, and whether it's something that's been haunting her ever since. The resurfaced footage and the whole situation have definitely sparked a lot of reactions. One user said, "In any situation, it's totally inappropriate to ask someone of that age to an adult party. The lines have been blurred because it's the industry." That comment really hits hard, showing how Hollywood's rules don't always align with what's right. Another user pointed out, "There's a reason Ashton has that company that helps victims of ST. He wants to be close to potential victims." And then there's the user who said she looked scared when Diddy slithered up with that invite. Now that we've seen all these details unfold, it's hard not to wonder, how deep does this go? And how many more stories like this are still hidden in Hollywood's shadows? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for the latest stories straight from the hood. You won't want to miss what we have next.